Good morning, one and all present over here. Let us now rise for the national anthem.
Life is the greatest wealth, and the science of life is for the service of humanity. One who shares this knowledge shares the nectar of immortality. Good morning, one and all. I, Asta Gupta, Senior Student Manager at Balaji Institute of Management and Human Resource Development.
And I, Pratham Soni, Senior Student Manager at Balaji Institute of Management and Human Resource Development, will be your Masters of Ceremony for today. We will ensure that every aspect of this event unfolds seamlessly and with utmost enthusiasm. To begin with, we warmly welcome our academic and support staff and our esteemed guests. Our guest for today is a remarkable individual who made an impact through his journey. It is indeed an honor to have Dr. Gunvant Yeola, who is a learned, humble, and globally respected Ayurveda scholar, dedicated towards teaching, research, and holistic learning. Sir, for us to thrive in a very competitive world, Sri Balaji University Pune has an excellent academic program with inbuilt rigor and resilience and a process driven approach. We would also like to extend our greetings to our Chancellor, Sri Balaji University Pune, Professor Parmanandan Balasubramaniam Sir, Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. G.K. Shirode Sir, and all the Dean, Directors, Deputy Directors, and faculty members. It is both an honor and a privilege to welcome you today to Sri Balaji University Pune, a place where dreams are nurtured, knowledge is celebrated, and futures are built. Each interaction with our faculty and visiting industry experts has broadened our perspective and prepared us to tackle real world business challenges. I would like to highlight some key points of our esteemed university. SBUP is now the top private university in Maharashtra and Western India, ranked fourth among private universities in India, listed as one of the top 10 private B schools across the country, and ranked among the best of placements even when compared with leading government institutions. These achievements reflect the commitment our university has towards quality education and industry readiness. Today, we fondly remember our founder, late Professor Dr. Colonel A. Balasubramanian Sir, for his vision to impart quality education to the youths of this country. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, as we dive deep into the realm of learning. Prepare to be inspired, uplifted, and driven to new heights. Let us promise ourselves to keep our body, soul, and mind open for learning. May I now invite to the stage Dean SBUP Dr. Biju G. Pillai to felicitate our guest. Now, I would like to invite Deputy Director BITM Dr. Rajeshwari Patil ma'am to felicitate Mrs. Yeola, who is a greatest supporter and stands as the backbone for Mr. Yeola.
Thank you. May I now request our Senior Student Manager, Ishita Jain, to introduce our esteemed guest.
Good morning, everyone. I, Ishita Jain, Senior Student Manager at Balaji Institute of Management and Human Resource Development. It is my privilege to introduce Dr. Gunvant Yeola, a distinguished scholar and practitioner of Ayurveda. He currently serves as Director of International Collaboration and Professor at Dr. D.Y. Patil College of Ayurved and Research Center, Pune. With over 25 years of teaching experience, Dr. Yeola has guided 25 postgraduate and 4 doctoral scholars in Ayurveda. He has held eminent positions, including the Vice Chairman of the International Academy of Ayurveda, and has also served as Dean of Faculty of Ayurveda at Dr. D.Y. Patil Vidyapeeth, Pune, a global ambassador of Ayurveda. He has been invited to deliver lectures, consultations, and workshops at prestigious institutions across USA, UK, Spain, Germany, Belgium, and more. His scholarly contributions include over 35 research publications in Scopus and Web of Science Index journals, authorship of 3 books on Kaya Chikitsa, and presentations at more than 40 international conferences. In recognition of his remarkable contributions, Dr. Yeola has been honored with awards such as the Maharishi Dhanvantri Award and the Award of Excellence at the International Conference on Ayurveda and Yoga in Dubai. Today, we are truly honored to have with us to share his knowledge, wisdom, and insights. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Yeola.
Good morning. I'm expecting a little louder sound from all of you. Good morning. That assures me that everyone was tired yesterday, but you slept well because you did a good performance yesterday. Vice Chancellor Sir informed me that there was a competition of cultural program among the staff members, and all of you presented yourself very well, your talent very well, and you slept well, and you are now in a good mood to have a good discussion, to listen few things about Ayurveda and how to maintain health. So this is not a one-way lecture. Anytime, anywhere, you can stop me. But I will prefer if you ask or note down your questions at the end of the session. This is my preference, but you have a choice. You can stop me at any time if you have to ask or if you want to correct me at any point. So first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Shirode sir, Dr. G.K. Shirode sir for invitation and to speak about this particular topic. The topic is threads of health and Ayurveda for modern living. Because we all know that Ayurveda is a age-old science. It's a Veda. It's a part of Veda. So it has a back history of almost 3 to 5,000 years. And just imagine what was the thinking how our ancient rishis, they think critically, they observe the thing critically, because whatever the education you are taking, either you are doing a graduation or post graduation in a healthcare system, any kind of pathy, Ayurved, homeopathy, medical or dental, or if you are in a management college, if you are learning that, observation plays an important role. Unless and until you observe the things, you can't notice the minuteness, you can't notice the things behind the curtain. And if you are able to observe those things, then you are doing excellence in your field. And I'm coming back to the rishis of 5,000 years or 3,000 years before. There was a, usually they were conducting seminar, workshop, symposium, or hands-on training, you can say, at that time also. And that is described in Ayurveda in the ancient text in Charak Samhita very well. At the foothills of Himalaya, many rishis they came together. The rishis from, now I'm telling the name of the countries like Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or the nearby countries from India. They were coming together, they were discussing their observation, and if they found the similarity in the observation, they were noting down the things. And likewise, these kind of ancient, you can say, scriptures, they appeared with this kind of observation and discussion. So this is the age-old science, it holds, but still it holds the main healthcare system in India. Because if you go and see the statistics, almost 70% of the population, they are depending on the homemade medicines, using of spices, change in the season, change in the lifestyle, to follow the daily routine. And these kind of things which are described in Ayurveda very well. So let us proceed with this particular discussion. So common lifestyle disorders and Ayurveda perspective. This now we are going to discuss. And this is very common thing that we are running behind something. Sometimes it is said that we are running behind nothing also. And for that reason, this mad cat race or mad rat race, we are part of that now in the society. And we are now forgotten how to take care of ourselves, how much time we have to give for ourselves, how much time we have to give for the work, how much time we have to give for the rest. And if there is imbalance, there are chances of some problem or some healthcare related issues. So I am already introduced. So I did my MD and PhD in Ayurveda. Also I did MA in Sanskrit. I would like to mention about my PhD. My topic for thesis was present day food habits in students. Present day food habits in students, and its a psychosomatic effects. So the students of the age group between 18 to 24, they were selected, almost 500 students. I had taken a proper history of those students. I asked many questions related to their food habits, what is good, what is wrong, and about their psychological condition as well as the physical conditions, including the excretion of the fecal matter as well, the bowel habit also, the digestion, hunger, thirst, all these questions I ask them. After that, I introduce the part of Ayurveda related to the food for those students, and I ask them to follow for next 3 months. And then I observed after 3 months what are the changes in their psychological aspect, cognitive aspect, as well as in the physical health. And I found a lot of difference between the pre and post things. So that was my topic for the PhD. So this is the institute where I am working as a director for international collaboration. This is Dr. D.Y. Patil College of Ayurveda and Research Center, which is a part of Dr. D.Y. Patil Vidyapit, deemed to be university, having a A++ NAC accreditation. This particular institute is having 436 bed Ayurveda hospital with a good Panchakarma center. Almost 100 students for UG and 100 students for post-graduation admitted every year. We have a PhD scholars, almost 118, they are doing PhD in our institute. I was serving for this institute as a dean in the university and principal of this institute for 6 years. And now I am director for international collaboration because our infrastructure is good and many more international students are interested to visit our center to learn Ayurveda at its root, that is in India, that is in Pune, and they prefer our institute to learn Ayurveda in detail. I am Vice Chairman of International Academy of Ayurveda. This institute also runs some basic and advanced courses related to Ayurveda, and we have a MOU with 27 different countries. And personally, me and my wife, we also traveled for different countries for the propagation of Ayurveda to conduct workshops, seminars related to Ayurveda, and we are getting a very good response in different countries. So we will start our discussion, today's discussion, with the prayer for Lord Dhanvantari. I will ask all of you to close your eyes, to erect your spine, sit comfortably, close your eyes and take a namaskar position. Shankham Chakram Jalokam Dadatam Rutaghatam Charudorbhischaturbihi Sukshma Swachhatiruddyanshuka Parivilasan Maulimam Bhojanetram Kalambodojvalangam Katitatavilasascharupitambaradhyam Vande Dhanvantarim Tam Nikhilagadavan Praudadavagnililam Praudadavagnililam. Namaste. So this is a Dhanvantari prayer, and it is always good in Indian culture to start with some prayer, to start some discussion with remembering the God. I have to show it. Achha. So it is not possible to recite these two big Sanskrit shlokas. So a simple one, that is Om Dhanvantare Namaha. Because there is the importance of Nama Smaran, and it's always good. We have to recite sometime whenever we are free some prayer for Lord Dhanvantari. So Om Dhanvantare Nama, it's a simple form to remember the God which is responsible for the health. Lord of Vishnu, and this mantra is considered one of the most healing mantras of the ancient Sanskrit mantras, and it is beneficial for physical, mental, and psychological problems. And this is the Dhanvantari statue. Now let us come to the Ayurveda, how Ayurveda arrived on this earth. About Dhanvantari also. So you know the story of Samudra Manthan, churning of ocean, and from that Samudra Manthan, the first which come out, because they put everything together, milk, water, some herbs together, and they were using a sarpa, a cobra, for churning the ocean. And the first thing which come out is the halahala, means the poison. And no one was interested to take this poison. So Shankara, Mahadeva, Shiva, he came out and he drank all that particular halal. And because of the poison, his body become bluish. He has a burning throat. And for that reason, for the cooling purpose, Shankara is wearing a cobra in his neck, or you can say the kantha. And for that reason, he is also called as a Nilakantha. So this was the churning of ocean for the purpose of Amruta, the nectar pot, celestial fluid, because they want to be immortal. No one should die. And that was a consideration between the demons and the evil spirit. So these are the 14 things which come out from this particular ocean after the churning of ocean. And Dhanvantari Devata, that is the god of medicine, is one of the thing which came out from that thing. So Veda and Upaveda, you know the basic things. I am not going in detail about that because we have to discuss many more things. So Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samveda and Atharvaveda, and there are some Upaveda. So Ayurveda is a Upaveda of Atharvaveda. Now we should know about Veda. What is the meaning of Veda? It's a Sanskrit word. Veda means knowledge, to know the things. And Ayurveda, Ayu means life. So knowledge of life is Ayurveda. Here I would like to make it very clear for all of you that here they have mentioned only knowledge of life. It's not, they have not mentioned only for human beings, Manushya Ayurveda or like that. This is not the name. It's only Ayurveda. So this particular Ayurveda is applicable for all living and non-living things. So there is a branch of Gaja Ayurveda, means Ayurveda for elephants, Hasti Ayurveda, Ashwa Ayurveda, and Vruksha Ayurveda as well. Means Ayurveda life, knowledge of life for the trees, knowledge of life for the animals, knowledge of life for human beings. But as we are human beings, we are thinking about our problems only. I'm coming to, at the end of my presentation, I'm going to discuss about the one earth and one health, that particular slogan also. So it stems from the ancient Vedic culture and was taught for many thousands of years in an oral tradition from accomplished masters to their disciples. And after that, they started putting all the things in a written form. There are four things which are called as the Chaturvida Purushartha, four pursuits of life: Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. So I'm not going in detail, but this spirituality, this aspect is also a one part of Ayurveda. Because Ayurveda is related to the Veda, and Veda are related to these particular Chaturvida Purushartha. So each and every person who is taking birth on this earth, he has to follow or he has to achieve this Chaturvida Purushartha. And how and when it is possible? It is only possible if we have a good life, if we have a long life. And for long life, Ayurveda is important. Because if we know how to live life, if we know about the knowledge of life, then it is possible to go through this process. A person or a baby who dies after 6 months, or a child who dies after 12 years of age, a person dies at the age of 30, it is not possible to achieve these Chaturveda Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. It is only possible if you have a good and long life. And for that reason, Ayurveda is important. And considering that point, I have mentioned this particular slide. We know the three Hindu gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha. So Brahma is considered as a creator. Vishnu is considered as a preserver, or who is responsible for the maintenance. And the third one, Shiva, is considered for destruction. But there is one more important thing. Shiva is considered for the regeneration. So if we want a balance on the earth, the creation is also important. At the same time, destruction is also important. Otherwise, there will be no balance. If we are creating only the things, what will happen? There will be a chaos in the universe. So the destruction is important as well as the creation is important, and the balance should be there. And for that reason, I have shown this particular slide to all of you. Now coming to the point about Ayurveda, I have mentioned about the healthy life. If you go and ask any person at the Ferguson Road or Shaniwar Wada or Gateway of India or India Gate at Delhi or in New York Times Square, if you ask a simple question, do you want early? Do you want to die early? The answer will be no. Nobody wants to die early. Then you can ask, do you want a long life? The person will say, yes, yes, I need a long life. Then if I ask, if you need a long life, do you want an unhealthy but long life? He will say, no, I need a healthy life and a long life, both the things. Then the third question you can ask, do you want a long life, healthy life, but unhappy life? He or she will say, no, I need both, all the three things. I need a long life, healthy life, and happy life also. So these three things are very important. Not only long life is important, not only the healthy life and short life is important, not only the long life, healthy life, but unhappy life is important. The three things should come together, and that can be achieved if you follow Ayurveda. That is the ultimate aim of Ayurveda. So a long life, healthy life, and happy life. And now if we think about ourselves, what we are doing for this particular thing, we are not doing anything to get a long life, healthy life, and happy life in today's world, in today's modern lifestyle, or today's modern living things. We are doing nothing. I would like to just give you one example of five sense organs. You know the importance of five sense organs. You know the first five sense organ. Yeah. Number one is eyes, by which you can see the world. Number two is ear, by which you can hear the things. Just imagine the life of a blind person. Just imagine the life of a person who is not able to listen anything. The third one is the taste, tongue. The fourth one is smell, nose. And the fifth one is the skin, which is the largest organ of the body. And just imagine or just recollect the things what we did in last our 40 or 50 year of life for the care of this sense organ. We are doing nothing. Only at the age of 40 or 42 or 45, if there is a difficulty to read the newspaper or to read some bulletins or the newsletters or the study related things. At that time, we go to the ophthalmologist, we check our eyes, he gives some specs for that, and we start using those glasses. That is the only care we are taking for our sense organ, as per my knowledge. We are taking nothing care of our eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and the skin. And if we go and see the chapter which mention about the dinacharya, daily lifestyle, how to maintain a daily routine, that is called as the dinacharya in Sanskrit. All the things are related to how to take care of your sense organ as well as the motor organ. And that is Ayurveda. And that is quite possible. We have to adjust the things. So Ayurveda base or give importance to the two important things. That is, number one is preventive aspect and the second one is curative aspect. The first one is curative and the second one is first one is preventive and the second one is curative. So the prevention is possible. We should know about the Ayurveda. It's not only the Ayurveda should learn by the physicians. We can read, we can attend some congress, we can attend some workshops to know. And nowadays there are many things which are easily available: podcast, YouTube, many things, short videos, reels which are available. But the authenticity should be there. Do not follow the WhatsApp messages only. The authentic messages, authentic things, or we can read the Ayurveda very well. And it's responsibility of each and every citizen to read the certain simple things related to the Ayurveda. So prevention of disease is possible. Promotion of health, that is very important. This is very common that we do one thing. We do our term insurance, or we can say the life insurance. We pay 50,000 rupees to any company and they give us protection for 1 year. And that protection is only for if you get admitted, if you have problem related with the health, and if that company thinks that this is a suitable thing for them, then you will get the reimbursement or they will pay the amount directly to the hospital. But we are not investing money for the maintenance of the health. We are not going to see any kind of doctor, Ayurvedic doctor especially, with the complaint that I want to maintain my health, how to take care of my health, kindly guide me, and whatever you give me the guidance, I will pay for you, and accordingly your guidance I will do certain procedures as per the requirement. Because as I mentioned about the Dinacharya, there is one more chapter in Ayurveda that is related to the Rutucharya. Rutu means season. And in every season, we have to change our lifestyle. And this lifestyle includes all the things, including your clothes, including your hairstyle, including your diet and nutrition, including your food habits. Just imagine a person at the temperature of 46 or 47 degree near Nagpur area. A marriage ceremony is going on, and if a Navardev is wearing a three-layer coat and going outside on a horse for the Mironuk, you can say. And when he come back, there are chances that he may fall down at the time of marriage. So this is just an example I am giving you. So we have to wear the clothes as per the season. We have to change our lifestyle as per the season. We have to change our food as per the season. Why mangoes are available in the summer season only? Because that gives nourishment. Because the water content of your body. Why we are taking limbu sharbat in the summer? Why we are not interested? Our body doesn't demand at this season if the rain is coming or if there is a rain outside. We don't have the ichha or the you can say the desire to have a nimbu sharbat in these days. It is only in the summer season because our body needs some purana, that is called as a supplements for that. So this is a nature actually. Ayurveda is nothing, it's nature. We have to follow the nature. And I'm coming to that point also. So holistic management of the disease. Yeah, coming to that point. Because we are a small part of the universe, and that is called as a pinda. Pinda refers to the individual body or microcosm. We know the cosmos or cosmic world. So we are microcosm. And Brahmanda refers to the universe or macrocosm. This is a very important theory of Ayurveda. Brahmanda and Pinda. Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande. Whatever the things which are available, whatever the physiology in my body, that is a reflection of the universe, nothing else. So Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande. Yatha Brahmande Tatha Pinde means both the things. Universe. We are a small part of universe. And this is a very important theory in Ayurveda. And we should know this particular thing. So after considering this particular thing, Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande, there are three energies in the universe. Number one is the sun, number two is the moon, and number three is the wind. And these three energies are very important to take care of the universe. And see the balance also. If there is imbalance, there are multiple problems. If the sun is not coming, that also makes problem. You just imagine 24 hours there is only one moon, only the night. What will happen? Everywhere snow. Just imagine there is no moon, only sun. What will happen? Everything will be burnt out. Just imagine only the wind, a strong wind. It is not possible to live. So there is a balance. So any kind of movement, any kind of you can say the transformation, any kind of interlinking that requires these three energies in the universe, that is called as the sun, moon, and the wind energy. Now it's a correlation with Ayurveda because Ayurveda believes on the theory of three dosha, that is the three basic principles which are responsible for taking care of our body. Three basic principles which are responsible if they are in balanced condition, that is called as a health. So the first one is wind or air, that is called as a vata in Ayurveda. So the principle of propulsion, anything which needs a transport from one place to another, the wind is important. And due to the combination of air and ether, this is related to the vata dosha. The second one is energy related to the pitta dosha. And it is comparable with the sun. So the energy of conversion. I have given two photographs here. One photograph of an unripe mango, which is very hard and sour in taste. If you throw it, it will hurt to the other person. Yes? And the second one, that is a yellow mango, which has a sweet taste, soft in nature, and if you put a pressure on that, it is possible to squeeze the juice of the mango. And this is happening because of the sun energy. This transformation, conversion, is possible because of the sun, and it is because of the pitta dosha in our body, and this represents as a fire element. So I am talking about the three dosha along with the five great elements. Those are called as the Pancha Mahabhuta. Theory of Pancha Mahabhuta is also very important in Ayurveda. The third one is moon, that is related with the Kapha dosha, which is responsible for the cohesion, interlinking, to keep the things intact. Just imagine a person who has a skin problem that is called as psoriasis, the scales which are coming from the body due to the dryness, excessive dryness. So the Kapha dosha is less. All the cells, they are separate from each other. Just like you can see the person who is walking on the earth or on the land which has a crack because of the less water and less earth. If the earth and water, they are together, this is responsible for cooling as well as for interlinking. And this is responsible, this is required. These three things, Vata, Pitta and Kapha, are required in a balanced condition for the maintenance of the health. As well as there is a concept of Prakriti in Ayurveda, that is called as the body temperament or the type of body. Vata Prakriti, Pitta Prakriti and Kapha Prakriti. So I am just giving some glimpses about the basic theory of Ayurveda. Now I am coming to the main part. The main part, because in Ayurveda it is said that our body is based on the three dosha. These are called as the three main pillars of life. If we understand this theory very well, then it is possible for us to maintain the Vata, Pitta and Kapha. These are the three main pillars. There are three sub-pillars for the maintenance. Number one is Ahara, number two is Nidra, and number three is Brahmacharya. There is a different concepts, because usually if we learn about or if we listen about Brahmacharya, we are thinking something different. But there are many definitions of Brahmacharya. So I am not going in detail about that, but I am speaking more about the Ahara and Nidra, because that is very important part of our modern living. Because my topic for today is, you remember what topic I am talking? Threads of health, Ayurveda for modern living. So I am coming to that point. So I was talking about the Ahara now. Food, diet and nutrition. And before we go there, I just showed you one slide that was related with the Nama Smarana. Om Dhanvantare Namaha. It is very important. I'm just giving you the example how we are giving or how we are praying nowadays and why we are praying. We are praying the God for ourselves. We are praying God for maintenance of healthy mind and for maintenance of the healthy spirit also. Atma, Man and Sharir. Many times what happened, many of the persons, almost you can say there is a statistics, I am not going in detail of the statistics, but there are certain research papers. Nowadays, we are celebrating different festivals related to the God, but we are not giving sufficient time for ourselves to sit in front of the God. This is usual thing. If we are, for example, if we are crossing the Sarasbag, or if we are crossing Dagdushet Halwai Ganpati Mandir, and we are on a bike or a car, we have to reach somewhere. As I told you, we are always in hurry and worry. So whenever we are passing from Sarasbag or Mahalakshmi Mandir or Dagdushet Halwai Ganpati Mandir, what we do? Yes, we do with one hand if we are on bike. If you have a good control on your bike, some people they do like this and immediately they catch the handle again. If you are in a car, then it is possible to do a proper namaskar. Some people they just do like this. Some people they are more in a hurry, they just blink their eyes. I think after 10-15 years they will blink only one eye. So this much time we are giving for God, and we need manashanti. We have to control mind by doing these kind of things. It is not possible. You have to give at least 5 minutes on regular basis. You have to sit in front of God, just close your eyes and just imagine a super divine power. Then it is possible for you to get some calmness. Then it is possible to control your emotions. Then it is possible for you to get happiness, because we need a long life, healthy life, and happy life. And if we need this, we have to follow these things. So give at least 5-10 minutes for the meditation. You know, if I say exercise only, what you will think? Doing something like this is exercise. We never think about the exercise for mind. We never think about the exercise for your soul, spirit. And that is very much required. If you want a complete health, a good health, happy life, healthy life, long life, then you have to do mental exercise, spiritual exercise, as well as the exercise for your body. Coming back to the three sub pillars, we know the pillars now, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Now we are thinking about the three sub pillars, Upastambha, that is Ahara, Nidra, and Brahmacharya. So these three are very important, and I would like to give more detail about that. This is very important. You can read this red color font. If you read carefully, then you will get the difference between two lines. What it is they are saying? When diet is wrong, medicine is of no use. If your diet is wrong, do not go for a doctor. Because if doctor is giving some medicine to you, and if you are not changing your diet, then the medicine is of no use. So when diet is wrong, medicine is of no use, and when diet is correct, medicine is of no need. No, there is no requirement of medicine. So here it is very important. I was just discussing in the morning hours when I was sitting in your uh, discussion room or the conference room, boardroom, that how the Western people, they are very much interested to learn Ayurveda nowadays, and how you give, if you give a consultation, how you give medicines to them, Ayurved medicine, because Ayurved medicines in some countries they are not allowed, in the European countries or in USA. Of course, there are certain medicines which are available. It is possible just to manage, just to treat any kind of disease by changes, doing some changes in the use of spices, Indian masala. If you use it wisely, then it is possible to treat many diseases. So this is a proverb, ancient Ayurved proverb. When diet is wrong, medicine is of no use. When diet is correct, medicine is of no need. I'm saying that it's an ancient proverb. So why it's in English? It's in Sanskrit actually. I have translated for understanding. I will pronounce the Sanskrit words. Pathe sati gadartasya kim aushadha nishevanahi. Pathe sati gadartasya kim aushadha nishevanahi. Pathe asati gadartasya kim aushadha nishevanahi. Means there is only one difference and the meaning is changed. So coming to the next point related to the food, related to the water. As we know about the microcosm and macrocosm, whatever is available in the universe, the same thing is available in our body. So this is very important because if you go and see the earth, 70% of the oceans, earth is covered by 70% water. The same thing is in our body. If you want to really, I would like to give one tip for all of you. If you want really to lose your weight, you just control the water intake of your body. Then it is possible to lose weight very nicely and fastly because 70% in our body is water. So the weight, 70% of the weight is related to the water. So drink only when you are thirsty. This is very important point. What we do, we follow many things. We follow different tips which are given by Google or WhatsApp. Some people say that whenever you wake up, drink full glass of water. Some people say that when you wake up, drink 1 liter of water every day morning unnecessarily. That creates imbalance because our body is such a mechanism. It's created so well, it's designed so well. There is no second model available. Just imagine these things. If you go to any showroom, Volvo showroom or Mercedes showroom, every 2 or 3 months or every 6 months, they are bringing a new model with new version, with new technology and many more things. But there is no new technology which emerged for our human body with some changes. Of course, there are some genetic things and all those things are mutations are there. But still, whatever our body demands, that gives the signal. If your body needs food, you feel hungry. If your body needs water, you feel thirsty. If your body needs rest, you feel sleepy. These are the signals, natural signals. And here we are doing some mistakes. We are not thirsty, but somebody says drink 1 liter of water in the morning hour. It should be cold water. It is preferably if you take a chilled water from the refrigerator and if you drink, that will flush all the system, that will reduce the acidity, that will reduce the burning sensation in your body. So drink 1 liter of water, chilled water. That's not good. So when you are thirsty, drink water. When you are hungry, eat food. When you are need a rest, go to the bed and take a rest. So drink only when you are thirsty. I was talking about the food. So Ayurvedic food, food for body, food for mind and food for soul. We are always thinking for food for body. We never think about the food for mind. And I would like to introduce this food for soul. I changed my slide actually because I was talking always about the food for body and food for mind. Because I used to teach different country in Latin America, in America or European countries. At that time I was introducing only food for body and food for mind. But when I explained them about the different concept are related to Ayurveda, some two opposite properties if we are mixing, that makes the change and that is becoming a cause for many diseases. That is called as the Viruddha Ahara. I taught this concept to a group from Brazil. And when they come to India, in Pune, just happily I offer them mastane, mango mastane, with ice cream, with milk, with fruits together. And they said that, doctor, this is opposite to each other. You taught us we should not eat these things. So at that time, I introduced this concept, food for soul. Because if you drink a mastane, you feel very happy inner side. So sometime you can take food for soul, which is not good for your body, but it should be sometime, not every time. And after that, I introduced the food for soul also. So food for body, food for mind, and food for soul. These are the good concepts related to Ayurveda. This is very important thing. Mindfulness is the key. This is very important. One must remember that the state of our mind when we eat is much more important than what we eat. And this is a common thing. Yesterday, I received a message from one cardiologist who is a renowned cardiologist in Pune city, of course, in India. He sent me a message, when your kitchen is not working. Nowadays, this concept is coming very fastly. There are big drawing rooms, big dining tables, big bedrooms, big balconies, and all those things. But the kitchen is shrinking. And in 1970, actually, in America, there are some, you can see the scientists related to the sociology and all those things, they mentioned that this concept of not cooking at home is making a big problem for the society. So I'm not going in detail of that message, but this is very important that one must remember that the state of our mind when we eat is much more important than what we eat. There is some problem with the presentation actually. I don't know what is happening. The alignment is changed. Okay. So here it is mentioned that satisfaction is very important. We have to eat for satisfaction. I would like to give you one example. I always like to say some stories, short stories in my talk. If there is a good, you can say a wealthy person, he arranged a marriage party for his son or daughter, and your whole family is invited for that. And there are multiple number of food items are available in that particular place. And when you enter at that time, usually for a child of 5 years, 7 year, 8 year old, we always say, see, there are many items. You can taste anything, whatever you want. And what happened? That child of the 5 year old or 7 year old, he goes to a table where the fruit which are cut and they are giving a fruit dish, and that child is eating only that. He is not going to the pizza, burger, and many places. He is demanding at home, but at that time he is not interested to attend those stalls, because usually the children, they have some inner vigor to eat something at that moment. If they have a eager or desire to eat only the fruits, usually the child go and eat that only. And whatever the desire they have, if they get satisfied, that is needed, or that is very important for the satisfaction. If you eat something, that should be having more satisfaction. काय problem है? Okay, otherwise you can keep the slides like this. Huh? No, do not change each and every slide. No. Usually, whenever I go for any talk, this is always a problem for technological some hiccups. And for that reason, today morning, the one young boy who was accompanying me, I gave my pen drive and asked him to just go and check whether it is working properly. Yes, it was working at that time, no problem. But this is my problem, I think. It's not related to the anything. Yeah. So next slide, go to the next. Yeah. This is also very important. Usually you see the television. This is a very common thing. In a one advertisement, one boy who is playing outside, he come very fastly at home and he said that mama mama bhook lagi hai, and her mama or his mama give a one full glass of water which is containing 250 ml of milk, and the boy is in a standing position, he finish all these things. Or it is very common, if I like gulab jam or shrikhand or such kind of things, and if somebody is coming to serve another bowl, at that time I finish the first one early because I like it very much and I do not want to miss the second bowl of that. So whatever we like, it is a common thing that we eat hurriedly. But it is very important, whenever you are eating, chew more, because the enjoyment is just above the throat. Your taste is only here. There is no taste once you take the food inside. So this is very important. Just chew it more and taste it more. Whatever you like, chew it more and taste it more. So that is very important. As I was talking about the food, there is a one definition in Sanskrit language about our body, about our sharir. Shiryate tata shariram means the thing which degenerates every moment. There is a degeneration process going on since our birth. So there is a degeneration process going on. So there should be a regeneration. And regeneration is only possible what we take inside. We are taking three things inside every day. Number one is the food. Number two is the water or liquids. And number three is the breathing. And these three things are very important. So if we want to take care of our body, it is very important that what we eat, what we breathe, how we breathe, and what we drink, all these three things are important. And if this is good, then regeneration and degeneration, there should be a balance, and you can maintain your youthfulness. You can maintain your yauvanavastha or tarunyavastha, because nobody want to die early. Nobody want early aging also, or premature aging. As I already mentioned about the use of sense organs while eating, I talk about the care of sense organ and didn't talk about the use of sense organs while eating. But I talk about the mindfulness, and mindfulness only is related with these things. Whenever a thali or whenever the food comes in front of you, just look at the food. Just see the color of that dal, yellow color, with some mustard seeds, black color, with some ghee on that top of that. See the color, white color of rice. See the brown color of your roti. See the salad, cucumber, tomato, all things together. And nourish your eyes, nourish your sense organ. Look at the food, smell the food also. There are some studies, I am not going in detail because I have to cover many points in 90 minutes or 100 minutes. So look at the food, smell the food, feel the food. You have to touch the food. Hear the food. If you break some papad or like that, You can hear the sounds of that and then taste the food. So if you are able to use all your sense organ, if you are able to engage all your five sense organ while eating, then there will be a satisfaction. Because satisfaction is related to the mind, it's not related with the stomach. And if your mind is satisfied, then of course you are not going to eat a more quantity of food which is not required. Because lifestyle disorder, if you go and see, almost 80% of the lifestyle are related to the overnutrition, excess nutrition, obesity, high level of triglycerides, high level of lipids, cholesterol, blockages. So many things which are related to the excess of nutrition. And if you want to reduce the quantity of food, just use your sense organ. I would like to give one very short story about my workshop related to the diet in USA. Near in California, near San Francisco, almost near means almost 200 kilometers from San Francisco, there was a one resort, Saratoga Resort. And the organizers in USA, they have organized my 3-day workshop related to the diet and nutrition only and the lifestyle. So we have organized a very well workshop over there by taking care of all the things. We have given a tooth powder for brushing, Ayurvedic tooth powder. Then we have made it available the oil for oil pulling and putting some oil in the ear and doing some abhyanga for all the Americans. Almost 30 Americans were there enrolled for that particular workshop, for 3-day workshop. On the first day, there was a big table for 30 students. The 30 students were divided in 3 groups. One is taking care of cooking of the food under the guidance of one Indian person, helping them. The another was one was taking the care of serving the food and all those things, and the another was taking care of the cleaning process of the thing. On the first day in the morning hours, after a short meeting, we have organized the lunch for all the 30 participants. At that time, I have given an instruction to put some white cloth, some flowers in between the tables, some essence, agarbatti, and all those things. That was taken care. And when it was asked to them to take the first serving, it was one chapati only with some rice related, you can say, gruel, like you can say a kheer, papad, some pickles, salad. It was served with some rice and dal. And they were instructed to follow, use these 5 sense organ. And it was also instructed to them that you have to take only the one serving now. And if you feel that I am going to die if I don't eat the second serving, then and then only you can take the another one. Otherwise, this is sufficient for your body. There was one person, his name was Mr. Smith. He is 160 pounds, means almost 130 kg or something. And he was thinking that if this is the rule, then I am not going to stay here for more hours. I can go. If you don't give me back my registration fee, this is okay for me, but I am not going to attend because it's not possible for me with these kind of things only. Because American people, they like only or mainly all king size things. King size burger, this much size. King size Coca-Cola, 1.5 liter Coca-Cola. And they take this kind of food, king size. So this Mr. Smith was not interested. So I convinced him to stay for more time. I will talk to you in the afternoon time, and then I explained everything. Because this much quantity of food is required, because after 3 hours, once your digestion is over, after 2 hours, means 5 hours, 3 plus 2, 5 or 6 hours, you will get the another food item as a snack. And after 1 hour or 2 hour, you will get another serving of your food. So don't think about that. So that particular Smith was convinced by me. He stayed there for 3 days, complete 3 days. And after that, that was a Kojagiri Purnima. So I asked all the students to sit in a lawn and to share their experiences about this workshop. And many students, they were crying that we didn't know about this particular thing, about the concept of this much quantity, about using the sense organs and all those things while eating. And now we understand that we are unnecessarily wasting our money and unnecessarily wasting or unnecessarily taking the extra quantity of food, and we are taking medicines for the obesity, high level of cholesterol and all those things. So this is very important, just to control yourself, just to engage your five sense organ, just be the mindfulness is the key. Why I'm showing this picture to all of you? Just see in the first, you can say a corner, you can say from your side, the right corner, some sheep, they are going on a trail, you can say. They are at risk, but they are taking their food by putting their two legs on the ground and two legs on the tree, and they are taking the from the two or three thorns काटे त्याच्यातून they are collecting their food. So how much efforts they are taking for their food. The second picture, you can see the tiger is running behind the prey. He is doing some exercise to get the food. He is not sure that he will get the food or not today night or today afternoon. But if we compare with against our human beings and today's modern living, we have this person free home delivery. You should not come out from your sofa. You can just watch your television. Just order the food on a telephone using your mobile. Nowadays, if you put on speaker, there is no need to hand the mobile also in your hand. And you can order, and in 30 minutes, whatever you want, you will get that food. So we are taking no care. We are not working hard for the food. If we stop working right now, then it also we will get the food throughout our life. So that much security we have. So we are not doing any kind of exercise for food to get the food. So if we are that much lucky, then we have to give at least 45 minutes to 60 minutes for the exercise for our body. Many people, they travel in a air conditioned car, they sleep in an air conditioned bedroom, and they work in an air conditioned office. And if we ask a question, when you was tired due to some physical activity, when you think that you have a lot of sweating, they have to remember the things. I think 6 months before, I was walking for 2 kilometers at 11 o'clock in the morning, and the sun was very hot. And at that time, I remember 2 or 3 months before, I have a sweating. So they have to remember the things. I mentioned about the Vata Pitta Kapha as a three dosha, the basic humors or the basic requirements of our body. At the same time, there are three waste products which are coming out from our body. Number one is the bowel, means the purisha, fecal matter. Number two is the urine, mutra. Number three is the sweda, means sweating. And these three excretory products should get excreted every day from your body. And this is a big problem nowadays. Almost 50% of the population is constipated. Almost 70% of the population, they don't sweat every day. So this is a blockage of the waste products. They are accumulated in our body. And you know what happened? When the unnecessary things, if you are storing in your house, if you are not taking out that particular dabba outside and somebody collecting that waste products every day from your house, what will happen? The same thing happening in our body. There is no excretion. Constipation is there, urination is not proper, holding of urination is very common, and the sweating is not a regular thing in a regular way. So there are certain Ayurveda food culture related things: who, what, when, where, how, and how much. I am not going in detail. I might be covering those points in my talk. So this is the Indian thali. This is usually I show it to the foreigners, but this is good to see the Indian person also, management people, to see the thali, and you can see the management in this particular thing. You can do a one project related to this thing also, how to manage the Indian thali. So you can see the house, you can see the color, you can see, you can hear the sound, you can use your uh, taste buds also for getting the food. Avoid refrigerated food. This is very important. There was one advertisement few days before. I don't see nowadays, but few months before there was one advertisement that one lady, she take the tomato from her refrigerator after 1 month of buying, and she returned back to the person who is on a thela, and and that person says that, oh, it's so fresh that I think you have taken it yesterday. So this is an advertisement of refrigerator, that after 30 days also the tomatoes are good. But it is very important, there is no prana, there is no energy in that food, because we have to follow the nature. And it is always better that we have to take 1 or 2 or 3 days vegetables. Do not take the vegetables for 10-15 days and put in the refrigerator, and you can have these type of things in the refrigerator. Go next. So choose healthy food, fresh, green and cooked food. Next. Stop or avoid or less quantity. Here I am giving three things, because if I say only stop, many people they will stop for 1 or 2 meals. The third meal they will start it again. But I am mentioning avoid or less quantity. I am giving a third option also, because Ayurveda believes the first line of treatment in Ayurveda is mentioned as treat the cause, stop the cause, avoid the cause. This is always the first line of treatment. Stop, avoid, or reduce. Because we Ayurveda doctors are now also becoming more smart and smart after having an experience of 20-25 years. Because if we give advice and if we are very much strict with the patient doesn't turn out for the second follow-up. They say that doctor is very strict and I am not following. And if I am a Satyavadi, so I am not going to tell a wrong thing, or I am not going to lie in front of doctor. So it's better not to go to see a doctor again. We can change the doctor who is just prescribing the pills and not giving any advice related to the lifestyle. So next, please. Yeah, now coming to the, after giving some example related to the food, now we are coming to the second sub pillar, that is Nidra. I would like to tell you about the natural process, natural physiology of sleep. What happened? Usually we sleep during the night time. Why? Because once there is a darkness outside, our eyes sense that darkness, they gives a signal to the brain, and there is a secretion of one hormone that is called as the melatonin. And once this particular melatonin starts secreting, it takes 90 minutes to 120 minutes, means 1.5 hour to 2 hour, to get up to the that level by which we can sleep. So now what is happening? If we are in our home or in office, it is covered with these type of walls. Lot of lights are there. Each house now they are making a POP. In a drawing room, there are 10 lights LED. In a bedroom, there are 6 lights. In a corridor, also there are some 4 or 5 lights. So we don't sense the darkness outside and we don't feel sleep. We are tired, but we don't feel sleepy. We are tired physically as well as mentally. Then what we do? We don't feel sleepy. We start usually after 9, 9:30. We see the television. We off the lights but start the television. That also gives a bright light in front of your eyes. So there is no sensation, no secretion of melatonin. Then we are tired with there is no good program on television. With these words, we stop the television, we off the television, and we go to the bedroom with our friend. That is mobile, the sixth sense organ. And when we enter in the bedroom, we are tired, our body is not giving some responses. At that time, we sleep and we start certain doing some things with our fingers on our mobile. And it is our national duty to finish all the WhatsApp, all the Instagram, all the things which are very important to finish before 11:30, 12:30 or 1:30. And then we are very much tired, we finish everything and then we keep our mobile side and then we are expecting that I should get sleep now within 5 minutes. And if we don't get sleep at that time, for 1 month, we go to a doctor and say that I am now facing insomnia, Nidra Nash, and kindly prescribe me some medicine. So doctor gives a prescription of melatonin hormone, external one, and we start the melatonin tablets or some other treatments parts. But we are not going to correct what is the physiology and what we have to do. So it's always better that if you can decide a certain point at 9:30 or 10 o'clock, you can keep your mobile in a drawing room, you go to your boardroom, you go to your bedroom and start sleeping. If there is any problem, the ring you can hear and then you can go and take the phone if it is very much urgent, so that we can stay away. There should be a connect and disconnect, that is very important. Where to get connected and where to get disconnected, that we should identify nowadays. And that is important for change in lifestyle. So insomnia, sleepless nights, working hours, screen time, night hours. I would like to give you one example. I was teaching a group of Brazilian students in Rishikesh. In Rishikesh, there is a Paramartha Niketan, one big ashram, just in front of the Shiva Murti, which is placed in the Ganga river. So I was sitting there, that was 8:30 in the morning, and I have to teach the group of the Brazilian students after at 9 o'clock. So one sadhu who came over there and he just stand in front of me. I was sitting with my teacher over there and he came and he asked me, do you able to recognize my age? आप मेरा उम्र जान सकते हैं क्या, बता सकते हैं क्या कितना है? So after looking at him, actually we don't want to disturb ourselves with these kind of things because we need some calmness and to see and to feel the calmness of river. For that reason we were sitting over there. So we initially said that yeah, 60, 65, 70 or something like that. He said no, I am 95-year-old. And if you don't believe, oh, whatever the saffron color clothes he has wear, he took out his passport and showed us, see my birth date. And I just came from Singapore last night. I was taking the yoga classes over there in Singapore at the age of 95. At that time, he said that he just discussing without any reason actually, but at that time he said that if I become a president or prime minister of India, I will do one thing. I will do only one thing. I will start the day of every person with a sunrise, and I will stop all work with the sunset. This is my motto. And if we do like this, at sunset, before sunset, you should be at your home. All the population. No industry, nothing will work. And it is quite possible. The यानी जिंदगी तब भी चल रही थी जब रात नाइट ड्यूटी नहीं थी, अभी भी चलेगी अगर नाइट कुछ बहुत बड़ा बदल हो गया ऐसा नहीं, ऐसे उसका कहना था. So he was saying like that. I just give you the example of that. This is not possible. I'm not going to change everything, but whatever, if it is possible for us, the meaning is that if we sleep early, if we sleep at 9:30, 10, 10:30, maximum 11, do not cross 12 midnight, because 10 to 2, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is a golden hour for sleep, and we usually miss these hours. And for that reason, we don't wake up early in the morning. If we don't wake up, if we wake up at 8 o'clock, 7:30 or 9 o'clock, there are some problems related with the bowel, constipation happens, and there are many things which happen because of delayed waking up. So work and rest balance, this is very much important, and it is very well mentioned in Ayurveda. Next, please. Healthy and unhealthy sleep. Sleep apnea, you can see what you want, what you like. A baby who is sleeping happily or with some mask of oxygen. Sleep apnea is a big problem that is happening nowadays. And sleep apnea is related with the lifestyle disorder. Next, please. So definition of chronic diseases, I am not going in detail about that, but usually a lifetime treatment is required for the chronic diseases. So here are certain examples. More than 50% of the world lives with chronic diseases. More than 50% of the world, total population. And there are many: osteoporosis, heart disease, rheumatism, arthritis, heartburn, cancer, acidity, many things. Next, please. Allergy. Lactose allergy, gluten allergy. If you don't are able to explain why this is happening, याला आपण पळवाट म्हणतो. ॲलोपॅथीमध्ये ही एक पळवाट आहे ॲलर्जी म्हणजे. I am not able to diagnose why this is happening. That is called as allergy. This is my fault. Why I am not able to find out. In spite of so many advancements in research, still the allergy word is used. Because why this is happening, we don't know. Lactose allergy, दुधाची allergy आहे. This is a big problem actually. The problem is related with milk. Okay. So the problem is related with the milk, because the cows, they are not wandering for their food. Cows are at one place. They are giving hormonal injections. That is the main reason for PCOD as well. Because the hormones are coming through the milk and they are going to your daughter, or daughter mainly, yeah. And that is causing the PCOD and all these things. The other things, cow is not happy when you are taking the milk. So there are many problems. Then fat-free milk, you are taking all the fat. So there is no natural, only the calcium is there. There are chances, if the fat is not there, there are chances of urinary calculi, मुतखडा ज्याला म्हणतात, urinary calculi, renal calculi. There are more chances of happening these things if you are taking a fat-free milk. So these problems are related with the basic things. They are hybrid. This green revolution and white revolution. White revolution means Dugdha Kranti, and green revolution means hybrid seeds. Hybrid seeds are responsible for diabetes. hybrid seeds are responsible for genetically modified things. Earlier, one grain was giving a yield of, you can say, 100 grains or 1000 grains. Now with genetically modification, we are doing one grain will give 10,000 or 1 lakh grain. So we are now sustainable. Our Indian population can eat very nicely, but what we are eating? Genetically modified seeds and the crop which is coming out of that. That is the big problem for cancer. That is the big problem for diabetes. That is the big problem for plaque formation, heart attack, and all those things. So I'm not going in detail, but allergy is the big problem nowadays, and there are many allergies. Next, please. Degenerative disorders. This is happening. Early aging, premature aging. Nobody want to die early. Nobody want to get old early. And for that reason, we are going to beauty parlor. We are using different kind of cosmetics. We are putting so many soap and shampoo and all those things to make our body dry. And after bath, when we come outside, we are putting moisturizer. So this is a big industry. You all are management people. Just find out how much big this industry, how much is the turnover. There is one company or one, you can say, revolution that is giving information about the cosmoethics, means some ethical issues related to the cosmetics. So hair care, skin care, many things which are coming out, and we are using those things to make our body dry, and then we are putting the moisturizer. Instead of that, Ayurveda suggests do abhyanga. Put oil in the nostril when you are sleeping. I was talking about the nidranash, insomnia. Just rub shata dhauta grut. Shata means 100, dhauta means wash, gruta means ghee. 100 times wash ghee. Just see the purity of that. Because we are using the cow milk. Cow is eating something that gives milk. That milk is now coming to your home. You are giving the heat. After giving the heat, the saayate, malayate, that you are collecting. Then it is going to be fermented. Then it is going to become a curd. Curd is again mixed with water. The separation of buttermilk and the cream, navneet, you are taking out, loni, giving heat to that. Then the ghee is coming out. So many procedures, so many things. So the purity of ghee, just imagine. And 100 times wash ghee. There is one procedure, I am not going in detail because I have some time limitation. So 100 times wash ghee, shata dhauta grut. Just apply it on your feet. You can see, you can feel that you are getting a good sleep. You are not feeling tired. There is some problem, you can say the vision problem is getting cured, and you are feeling, means the burning sensation. If you are putting your shoes since morning till the evening, then many times we feel some burning sensation in the feet. At that time, if we apply the shata dhauta grut, very nice. We can put some oil in the umbilicus also, and we can do a gentle massage to your umbilicus, means our umbilicus, ourselves, and we can do after that some lower side also, so that we can take care of the vata dosh. So these are the simple things which we can change. We can do abhyanga not every day, but at least if you have a holiday on Saturday and Sunday, then you can do this kind of things. Or udvartana. Yeah, I'm not going in detail about that, but degenerative disorders. This is a big problem nowadays. Lifestyle or non-communicable diseases. Here it is very important. 70% of the health burden on a health industry. This is a WHO report, World Health Organization report, that 70% of diseases are related to the lifestyle disorder or non-communicable diseases. Now we know about the communicable diseases because we have learned or we have the experience of COVID. One person is infected, that can infect the another person. This is called as a communicable disease. Non-communicable means I am obese, I am not going to pass my obesity to you. If I have a hypertension, I'm not going to pass my hypertension to you. That is called as a non-communicable diseases or lifestyle disorder. And if we count 100% disease, out of that 30% are communicable and 70% are non-communicable diseases or lifestyle disorders. And these are the things. So I'm not going in detail about that, but that can be taken. This is a USP of Ayurveda because Ayurveda gives importance to the preventive aspect. For example, atherosclerosis, stroke, renal failure, infertility. Just imagine if you do a survey 10, 15 years before, how many infertility clinics were there in Pune city? And now every 2 months there is a one new center which is opening, IVF center is opening in Pune city. Just see how many problems related to the infertility are coming out. Next, please. Autoimmune disorder, inflammation. I'm not talking about this particular thing, but I would like to give you one example or one story related to the USA. Trump is elected this term now, just you can say 9 months before or 10 months before. But in the earlier term, I think it was from 2015 to 19 or something. So at that time, there was a, because you know in America, every clinic, every lab is connected with each other systems. So if you give a blood to at one place, your report can be assessed by the national agency or any one person in anywhere in USA. They have the access. So what they did, they have they were studying, some scientists they were studying about the inflammation. Inflammation means दाह. शरीरामध्ये आग होणं, जळजळ होणं, काही आत जे काही व्हेन्स असतील, आर्टरीज असतील त्याच्यामध्ये आत रप्चर्स होणं, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज इन्फ्लमेशन. सूज असणं शरीरात. This is because of the spicy things or anger, fear, and all those things. So they have taken the map of USA and they put red color on the map of USA where the inflammation is more, high prevalence of inflammation or inflammatory disorders. And suddenly one person who put one map behind that where the Trump get majority. They found that the same, you can say the current states, they are showing the inflammation is higher and the Trump get the majority over there. So it is, and when they analyze that, the sale of guns, sale of the, you can say the, or the fighting and all the incidences of fighting is more in those states. So this is very common thing which was happening. And just I mentioned about that. So the anger, fear, and the excess use of spicy food that causes the inflammation. Next, please. So common causes of lifestyle disorders, not in detail, you know all these things. Next, please. Ayurveda versus modern science. Yeah, this is very important. I'm talking about Ayurveda because I am an Ayurvedic physician, but I learned allopathy also, modern medicine also. If it is required, I prescribe that medicine also. So this is very important. Each pathy has its own merits and limitations. I told you, Ayurveda is good for prevention of disease. Ayurveda is good for the chronic diseases. Ayurveda is good for the degenerative disorders. Ayurveda is good for the lifestyle disorder. Ayurveda is good for non-communicable disorders. And the preventive aspect. Now I would like to give one example of prevention. Earlier, 40 years before, there was a tonsillectomy was very common. They were removing the tonsils. After that, in few, you can say states or in few districts of Maharashtra also, hysterectomy was very common. After that, the bypass was very common. After that, angiography and angioplasty was very common. And nowadays, hip replacement, knee joint replacement is very common. So usually for that purpose, if a person with 70% of age, 70 years of age, and if he come for the treatment of knee joint problem, it is difficult for us to give a complete cure. But if the person wants to prevent, wants to maintain the health of his knee joint, at that time Ayurveda can help. So we usually suggest at the age of 40, see the age of 40 is very important if you want to maintain health. Because at the age of 40 we have to change our diet. At the age of 40 we should be able to say no. If somebody is forcing you, take this food, take one chapati extra, take one puri extra, take one samosa extra. At the age of 40, before that you can take, but at the age of 40, you should say no. And no means no. You know this dialogue, yeah? Amitabh Bachchan in the film Pink. No means no. So you have to start this no means no at the age of 40. Then it is possible for you to maintain your health. So at the age of 40, if you start applying oil on your knee joint for 3 days in a week, you can maintain health of your knee joint. When you turn 50, apply 4 days in a week. When you are 60, apply 5 days in a week. When you are 70, apply 6 days. And when you are 80, apply every day, all your body. Oil. Any kind of oil. This is very important. If I say oil, this is a common question. Which oil? It's very simple. According to the season, we can change. If it's a winter, you can use mustard oil or sesame oil. Sesame means तिळाचं वेल किंवा मोहरीचं तेल वापरा. If it's a summer season, use coconut oil. खोबरेल तेल, नारळाचं तेल वापरा. So it's very simple. So each pathy has its own merits and limitation. In case of emergency, in case of urgency, of course we have to go and take help of the allopathy. But do not take help of the allopathy every day. And this is the problem. If a doctor prescribe you a medicine for acidity, when you visit for the first time with the complaint of acidity, for second, third, 10th, 15th, 50th time, whenever you have acidity, you don't go to a doctor. You just bring that medicine which is available over the counter and you take by your own. You never go to the root cause why I have acidity. There is one advertisement of Eno or something. Take samosa, jalan, take Eno, 5 minutes relief, take another samosa. So this is not a good treatment. This is not the problem we are facing. We are not solving the problem. We are increasing the things. We are increasing the complications. And that patient, after taking Eno for 5 years, that goes in an emergency due to the burst or due to the duodenal ulcer. And he has to go for a laparoscopy and an emergency operation and all those things. And at that time, he uses his health insurance. But he don't use oil for the umbilicus. He don't reduce the inflammation every day by using the Shata Dhauta Gruta, by rubbing his feet. So coming to the next, please. So stop or avoid basic causes of disease. Yes, go please ahead. Go ahead. Okay, so we discuss about these few things. This is very important, taking care of Agni, because digestive fire is very important. Whatever you eat, whatever you drink, that should get digested. If it is not digested, that become a poison. And that is getting accumulated in your channels and that becomes a problem for your life, life threatening. So for that purpose, respect your Agni. If you are hungry, how much hunger you have, accordingly eat that much food. Do not think that I should have a comparison with the another person. Each person has its own thing. So wake up timing, cleaning and hygiene, exercise, yoga. I already mentioned about the exercise for mind, exercise for just do a simple thing. Usually I give this particular advice if you have anxiety, fear, anger and all those things. This is very common. If I have a fever, if I have a headache, usually I go to see a doctor. But if I have unnecessary anger, For a small thing, if I am angry, I don't go to any physician or any doctor or any psychologist or psychotherapist. And that become a cause because we are not giving much importance to the psychological problems. We are giving importance to the physical problem. And for that reason, usually I ask the person, if you have anger, if you have certain kind of problem related with the anxiety, panic disorder, depression and all those things, and if you want to keep a happiness index for yourself, just do one thing. Whatever the good thing you liked during your childhood, like आपके मम्मी पापा ने आपको साइकिल ला के दी है, वो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, बहुत खुश था मैं. Just write down 5 or 10 sentences about that episode or that incident when you was happy at most. And that is a exercise for mental exercise, or that is called as a exercise for your mind. So there are many ways we can do the meditation and all those things, but these are the simple things which we can do. Next, please. Next, go. So Nobel Prize, this particular circadian rhythm, our body cycle, that was mentioned in Ayurveda 3000, 5000 years before. But the Nobel Prize, which was given in 2017 for the circadian rhythm. Next, please. Next, go. Go. Next. I think I should finish in next 10 minutes. Is that okay? Go. Next. Yeah. Why I'm mentioning this slide, I'm not actually very much interested, but I want to give you the example how there is a change and how they are coming back to the basic principles of Ayurveda. Initially, just imagine 40 or 30 or 50 years before, when there was no Colgate. Our grandfather, mother, parents, grandparents, they were using the ash with some salt, with some powder of some herbs, and they were using it for cleaning the teeth. Once it was introduced, the dental science and these companies were interested, they start using the toothpaste and all those things. And in last 30 years, it was rampantly used, but still the problem related to the toothache or the caries, that is not solved. That is going to be high and high. And nowadays, just you might have remember the advertisement with Lara Datta. She was entering in any drawing room very fastly and she was mentioning, "आपके toothpaste में नमक है क्या?" So they are coming back. The Sendhav Namak, which was used in the Ayurvedic Danta Manjan, now they are promoting the आपके toothpaste में नमक है क्या? Just 2 or 3 years before, they come up with more idea. नमक हो गया, now आपके toothpaste में charcoal है क्या? Charcoal is nothing but ash. So this is the marketing, and this way they were coming back to the Ayurvedic basic principles. Go. Physical exercise, okay? No? Go ahead. Just go ahead. I mentioned about Rutucharya, Rutu Sandhi. Next, please. Yeah, prevention is, yeah. I was talking about the potential of masalas or traditional spices or Indian spices that are available in each and every corner of the world because they have demand, and this demand is not since just few years. This is a back history. Because next, please. Okay, next. So actually we should learn some basic things related to the spices. We should Google the things related to the spices, and accordingly we can change our lifestyle, our diet, our food. We can introduce small quantity of these spices, just taking care for yourself. Next, please. Okay, next. Okay, next. Yeah. So there are certain procedures which we can take. So you can invest some money for your insurance. Of course, that is very much required, because what will happen to me or you, we don't know. For any case of emergency, we can go to any hospital, and the cashless service, we can take advantage of that. But we can invest some money to take some procedures of Ayurveda. We can go and to the Panchakarma clinic, we can do these kind of things with the rubbing of oil on your body, Udvartana, that is powder rubbing on the skin. Next, please. This is also good knee joint pain. We can do the Patra Potali. This is very nice actually place which gives the strength to your muscles and the tendons. That is, and the flexibility is also maintained. Pind or Patra Potali is next, please. Yeah, this is very important. Boil water for 20 minutes. This is very important. If I ask someone to drink warm water, usually they put the water, once it is hot, they stop the fire and they drink the water. But it is expected that the water should become light. If you want to reduce weight, if you have some problem with the weight, diabetes, high level of cholesterol, triglycerides, LDL levels, and many more things, at that time you can drink this water. You can put some pinch of uh, ginger powder, shunthi powder also in that. And that water is very good for drinking. Next, please. Brisk walking. This is very important. If I ask someone to do some exercise, they say that yes, I am doing exercise. What kind of exercise you are doing? I go with my wife every day night at 9:30 after taking a dinner. What you do? We walk for 1.5 kilometer. How much time you take? We take 60 minutes to walk for 1.5 kilometers. So you are reading the board of this general store. Then this store, what is available now? What is the sale? How much is the sale? 50%, 40%, all those things. That is not exercise. You have to walk like this, brisk walking. Next, please. Exercise. Next, please. Breathing exercise. This is a very good technique. This is a, you can say Indian culture, yoga, and that is very much popular. Most of the Americans, if you go to the every two streets, every two corners, you will find a yoga studio in USA, in European countries. So this is very important thing. So breathing exercises we can do. Next, please. We can do Surya Namaskar. That's a very easy way. If you are too busy, if you are really too busy, this requires 12 Surya Namaskar requires maximum 7 minutes. You can do these things. Next, please. Meditation. This is also very important to reduce many problems related with the lifestyle. Next, please. Connect good things, God, as I mentioned. Prayer has a lot of importance. This is an exercise for your soul. I was mentioning about the exercise for your body, exercise for mind, and exercise for soul. Just imagine what is the atmosphere when somebody is coming with a thali which has a lamp after after doing the puja, and when we touch that fire and when we do like this, if we touch the warmth of that, that gives some sensation, that cleans the environment. You get the positivity, you get the, you can say, happiness with that kind of things. So we can give some time for that. Just give some for the prayer. You can sit over there, you can do some rangoli or like that. This is just for happiness. This is nothing that somebody should come and they should appreciate your rangoli or these things. Nothing. Next, please. Disconnect some addictions at 3 o'clock if you are watching. If you are tired but still finishing your WhatsApp, that's not a good thing. So disconnect from those things. Next, please. Yeah, good habits. This is very good sentence because all these three things I have copied from other things. But this is very important. Good habits need cultivation. Cultivation means mashagat karna. You know, now in rainy season, what happened? If you need a crop, good crop, you have to do some mashagat. You have to take out the things. And the bad habits grow like a weed. If you go on the highway now, just in between the two highway, you can see without any fertilizer, without any kind of care, you can see the weed which is growing. So they grow like a weed. Bad habits grow like a weed. Next, please. So I am showing some photographs where I have traveled till now, till date. I would like to give some information about Dr. Joe Sruge, who is a MBBS doctor in Brazil, Sao Paulo. He has completed MD in medicine. After that, he was working as an intensivist in cardiac unit or the ICU hospital. One day, he learned about Indian culture and all those things. He learned about Ayurveda. From that day, he stopped the modern medicine practice. He started learning Ayurveda. So after 25 years now, he has 100-acre land in Brazil, which has a 3 natural waterfalls with a good mandir. Every day at 6 o'clock, Hanuman Chalisa starts at his ashram, and he is earning. He said that in last 25 years I did so many things for the propagation of Ayurveda in this particular country, and now he is earning more, almost 20% more, 20 not percent, 20 times more than his cardiology practice with the practice of Ayurveda. So there are I visit this place every year. I travel in different cities in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, Brasilia, and there are number of students. You can see the students over there. Next please. I was in USA. The institute is Dancing Shiva Ayurveda and Yoga School, Los Angeles, USA. He is Mr. Masudal, who is standing with me. He is a yoga practitioner. He learned Ayurveda very well, and he usually asks me to join over there for some good workshops he planned for with the students. Next, please. This is a Mercy International University, which is in Iowa, and they have a very Ayurveda related center over the healthcare center, and I'm a professor in that, visiting professor in that particular university. Next, please. Mercy Mahesh Yogi, who started the propagation of yoga in 1960 in the European and American country, and he has established now there are multiple things. In Netherlands, they have a very good place that is called as the International Maharishi Ayurveda Foundation. They have a Maharishi European Research University, and this is the university in USA. So this is the photograph which was clicked in Spain. Next, please. The students, they are coming at DY Patil to learn Ayurveda. Next, please. Me and my wife, we visited Portugal, and very nicely this particular group, every year they organize the things. Next, please. They are coming to learn Ayurveda at its root, that is in India, Pune, and they are very happy with the way we are treating the different kind of lifestyle disorders or chronic disorders. Next, please. Next. This is kind of Curso de Nutritiona in Ayurveda. You can see the course related to the Ayurvedic nutrition, and they are very much happy. Actually, we should think about the use of spices wisely for taking care of our health. Next, please. University of Leiden in Netherlands. Next. The students, they are coming to learn about the herbs, Indian herbs. And once they learn over here, they go and see the similar herbs in their country, and after a confirmation with us, we use those medicines for them. Next, please. These are some books related to my publication. Next, please. Next. Yeah, this is a palace actually which is converted in Ayurveda center. Very nice place in Germany. Next, please. This is my visit to USA, Hollywood. Next, please. My photograph with Narendra Modi ji, because I was convener of World Ayurveda Congress, and I was looking for the international delegates, those who are coming for that particular place. This photo was clicked in the, yes, you can see me, Narendra Modi on the back side, on the left side, third person. You can identify me. So, Narendra Modi himself is very much interested for the propagation of Ayurveda, and we had a good discussion with all these international delegates at that time. Next, please. So thank you. So we will stop here. I will stop with this particular prayer. Sarve api sukhina santu, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. This is in the earlier stage of my talk, I mentioned about the One Earth and One Health program. So this particular prayer is related with that. Here they are not thinking about myself. They are talking about sarva, means all, inclusive of all. Sarve abhi sukhina. All the people should have be happy, not only me. If I am happy and if you are not happy, if all the audience are not happy, my happiness will go down. It's because of Dr. Shirude. When I entered in this particular university, I saw happy faces. Happiness index is very high. This is my feeling in this university. Happiness index is very high. So one earth and one health means I should not be healthy only. The surrounding, the whole earth should be happy, healthy. All the plants should be healthy because ultimately that is going to nourish me. All the animals should be happy because they are also going to nourish me. Happy cow gives happy milk gives happiness to me. So one earth and one health, this is the concept. So we should think about the health of the universe at the same time that will replicate to us. Next please. आएगा क्या बाबू? नहीं, ठीक. So thank you all of you for listening carefully, and hopefully I have given the message to you. A very short, you can say 90 minutes Ayurveda class, which I took almost 4.5 years for undergraduate with 1 year of internships, means 5.5 years. After that, post graduation, and after that, doctorate. So almost 20 years in a teaching, means learning phase. And I tried to give that in nutshell of 90 minutes to 120 minutes to all of you about the overall aspect of Ayurveda and how it is useful for the modern living. Dhanyavad. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session. Now the house is open for questions.
Yes, sir.
You can ask the questions either in English or even in Marathi, because so many supporting staff is with us, or maybe in Hindi. But feel free to have a dialogue.
Yes, absolutely right. It's a wonderful session, and the information which you have shared is absolutely fantastic. So, just one doubt in mind. You said you have to use the spices and the herbs are there, which is maybe the base of Ayurveda, and you suggested on that. I have a question: that is there any side effect, potential side effect of those when you're using that? So, what can you throw more light on that?
Of course, if you are eating something in a huge quantity, that is also having some side effects. For example, if you eat more than the requirement, some puran poli or something like that, then you may have a feeling of vomiting. That is also a side effect for ahara, for food. These aushadhi dravyas, they are more stronger than the ahara dravya, than your food items. So we have to take care while using those things. That should be in a proper quantity. That should be after considering the all things related to the health of that particular patient, about the history, knowing history of the patient. That is an art. I always say to my student that you should be able to good communication, you should become a good counselor, you should be a good listener, because this is very important nowadays in a healthcare field. The doctor doesn't listen to the complaint of the patient, and that makes make major problem. So I'm not coming to that point, but I would like to answer your thing or question that if we are not using wisely, of course side effects are there. So if somebody is saying that Ayurveda doesn't have a side effect, that is a myth. Ayurveda has a side effect, but lesser than the modern medicine, because we are using the whole herb, we are using the plants, we are not taking out the active principle. If you are taking active principle and using that as a modern medicine, as a molecule, then there are good number of side effects. If you are using the whole plant, then there are chances they balance each other and the side effects are less. But of course, we should take use wisely. Yes. Ayurveda, actually, there are 8 types of salt which are described in Ayurveda. So, usually, the salt that is from the which we collect from the rock salt, that is always considered as a good one, rock salt. Other means than the sea salt, sea water salt. Yeah.
Sir, good afternoon. Very informative session. Wanted to ask one question, and that is how to keep the digestive fire on during different seasons, because seasons change and the information that you provided, vat, pit, kaph, also changes according to the seasons. Ma, how
According
to
to the
keep the
every
fire
day,
on?
actually every day there is a change in vat pitta kapha. Every day. In the morning hours, kapha is vata is more, then the kapha, and then in the afternoon, pitta is more. Likewise, there is a cycle. So there are changes every day, every moment in the vata, pitta, kapha. According to the season, also there is a change. And for that reason, this is a good question actually. I would like to mention about while taking care of the as per the season of the doshas, there are shodhana prakriya, means purification, detoxification of the body, which is mentioned in Ayurveda. So usually in the month of February, March, that is called as the Vasanta Rutu, that is a good season to take the kapha dosha out from your body, and that procedure is called as a Vamana, medicated emesis. In the season like this, like rainy season, Varsha Rutu, in this particular season, the Vata is naturally increased in the body, and for that reason, the Basti treatment, medicated enema, oil enema, decoction enema, काढेचा बस्ती आणि तेलाचा बस्ती अशा पद्धतीने तुम्ही घेऊ शकता. And in the post Diwali, I can say that is called as a Sharad Rutu. In that season, you can do the Virechana, that is the medicated purgation. Means you have to give some medicines so that you can go to the bathroom for many times, like 10, 15 times. That is a well controlled, of course. So that is called as a Virechana. Nasya treatment, putting oil in the nose or ghee, that is considered as a pacification. And the purification also we can do by using different kind of things, Nasya. And the fifth one is called as a Rakta Mokshan, that is the bloodletting therapy. So I'm not going in detail, but these are the 5 purificatory procedures. And there are many Upakarma, that is the sub procedures like Shirodhara, Udvartan, Patra Potali, Pindasved. So these all are coming under the heading of Panchakarma. And Panchakarma is a very good treatment part for the prevention of disease, taking care of your health, maintenance of your health. And this is my request to all of you that you should do it on regular basis, means every year. So we can spend some money as an insurance for the health in that way also. Thank you.
Hello. Sir, myself Dr. Nilesh Kharche. Sir, one question is related with the cooking oil. You told that in summer we can use the groundnut oil and in the winter season the mustard oil. But my question is related to whether we can use in alternate the sunflower and the soybean oil also.
Yes. Actually, I mentioned about the application of oil on the body, about the mustard oil, coconut oil, and sesame oil. But of course, these oils are edible also. You can use that for your daily needs also. But as you mentioned, see, the oil is a big problem right now. You know that all oils are mixed with a palm oil. This is a common thing. 80% of the oil which is used in India is a palm oil. If you consider 100 liters of oil which is used in India, out of that 80% is palm oil. And you know, palm oil, we are taking it from other countries like Indonesia and all those things. And Narendra Modi want to stop that use of the foreign currency for that purpose. And he is now encouraging for the to increase the palm related things in our India itself. So the palm oil is commonly used because if you go and see, for example, I am giving you the sesame oil, तिळाचं तेल. तिळाचा भाव किती आहे? 1 लिटर तेल काढायला किती खर्च लागतो आणि किती पैसा लागतो आणि तुम्ही जे 1 लिटर तेल घेतायत हे किती रुपयात मिळतं? So there is a mixture. So palm oil. So instead of that, of course, you can change alternately. You can use sunflower oil or the other you mentioned about the other oils you can mix together. But this is a big problem. And usually, this is a common thing when we ask the person to take some ghee in Ayurvedic medicine. This is very common. The people, the patients, they ask us, what about the cholesterol? If I take ghee, what about my cholesterol? But they don't ask this question to a street food vendor that which oil you are using and what about my cholesterol. On an average, we eat 5 samosa, 5 vada pav in a month. Minimum. I have a good concept actually due to the shortage of time, and of course, it's not good if we talk more than 90 minutes. But I always give a boost to the concept. We do the audit every year that is related with the income and expenditure, credit and debit with our accounts. I would like to introduce about the food audit. Means you have a chart at your home. Whatever you eat, every 6 hours you have to write because it's not possible if you eat and immediately you have to write. Every 6 year hourly or at the end of day you have to write down at 6 a.m. I have taken this particular 1 cup of tea with 4 biscuits. Then on the second day at 6 a.m. I have taken the 1 cup of tea with curry, cream roll, toast, pizza, burger, cheese, butter, or like that. When we ask the question actually to the patient, do you eat breakfast? They suddenly say, no, we are very good people, we follow the diet and all those things, and we never eat. But if we see this food audit at that time, that we can be shown as a mirror what you are eating and what you are forgetting to mention. So just I want to introduce actually this food audit concept. Uh, okay.
Due to time constraints, we are about to close the house with one last question.
Hello,
Sure, 5 questions.
sir.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. See, I always have opinion or Ayurveda has an opinion that whatever you eat, that should get digested. That is very important. So you have to eat as per your hunger. This is very important. Number two, we have to, you can say, respect the concept of protein, carbohydrate, fat, minerals, nutrients, and all those things. Of course, that is having some importance. So in that case, usually what we say, भातात किंवा भातावर वरण घेण्याच्या ऐवजी वरणात भात घ्या. म्हणजे काय? You have to take a big bowl with a good, well prepared varan or you can say dal or with a good oil and ghee with some spices, and then you can put a small quantity of rice on that in that, and then you can take. This is a common question actually for a diabetic person. They stop for 1 month, no rice, and at the end of month they take one gulab jam. One gulab jam in a 1 month, 30 days, and 30 days if you are taking a rice, both are having the same calories. So if you want to follow the rules and regulation, we have to follow strictly. Otherwise, many times we are showing that I am following the things, but we are not following it actually. And for that reason, it's of course it's control over mind is very important, and that has been taught in many diet plans. If you go and see the Dikshit diet plan, the same you have to control your mind. That is very important. I think you got my answer. Yeah, yeah.
Sir, this is the last question. The session was very enlightening.
You are deciding this is the last question.
Sir, actually, they announced that
Okay, no
we are
problem. No, no,
about to close the session.
okay, no
So,
problem.
this was an enlightening session. You showed us a picture of Indian thali.
Hmm.
It consisted of gulab jamun, buttermilk, and pickle all together.
Yes,
So, is it the right way of eating?
yes.
If
Because
we
our thali should have all the six tastes, but
at
the
one time.
quantity of taste is very important. Madhura means sweet taste should be more, and the kashaya means the astringent taste, or the katu means the bitter taste that should be less. Otherwise, we have to taste. There should be a well balance of six taste in your thali.
But it is far different from the sattvic bhojan.
No,
It suggests that the combination of these three things, sweet, salty, and soury food, should not be eaten in same meal because it disturbs our agni and that creates toxins in our body.
where you have read this?
Sir, I'm practicing yogas
Okay.
and
No,
I
yeah.
do have PCOD, so
Hmm.
a homeopathic doctor suggested me this.
Okay. So Ayurveda diet, Sattvic diet has been suggested by a homeopath. You mean to say that? So there are, see, each doctor has its own concept. But for me, I have learned Ayurveda very nicely. I did my graduation, post graduation, and as I mentioned, my PhD is also related to the food habits and the food products. So I have an authenticity to say that you can include all the six tastes in your lunch.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
Of course. Yes, of course there is a sequence. Of course there is. Yes, yes.
It's not the question of one more last. I told that question answer session gives more satisfaction, more clarity. Rather than what you have listened, you may forget. But if you ask the questions, more clarity will be there.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Dhananjay Kulkarni. My question is related to the health supplements in Ayurvedic segment as well as allopathic segment, and people indiscriminately consuming without going to a doctor. Like during Corona time, Patanjali had immune booster type of products, or the health supplements like vitamin supplements. Any such study is being conducted at your place regarding the hazardous effect? Either you take Ayurvedic supplements or the Ayurvedic supplements, and any such research has been done.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
See, there are many research going on to find out the vitamin and the nutrients related to Ayurveda. There are certain things which are coming out through the research, of course. But as you mentioned about the Patanjali and all those things, and during COVID and during those difficult time, that was a business strategy. So I'm not going to mention about that thing. But there are certain things which are going on related to the protein content, carbohydrate content, fat content, mineral contents, and all those things. And there is a pharmaco, you can say, study which is going on very nicely, and they are mentioning all the things. But as such, that this particular food is having a vitamin B12 rich, vitamin D rich, or this type of things are not yet come in the market. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I have taken some notes what I should mention about the stop, avoid, or reduce the quantity of or the causative factors. So this is very important, and Ayurveda is that is the particular Ayurveda or real Ayurveda, I would like to say. If we find out a real cause behind the thing, and that should be stopped. I would like to give an example. If rain is coming outside and you have to go from one institute to another institute, what you will do? Either you will use the umbrella or you will use the raincoat, because you know that if I go in a rain, if I walk, if I'm wet because of the rain water, there are chances that I may have a cough, cold, or fever during the night or next day, or if I do it every day like this. So you know the cause and the effect relation. So for that reason, we are using these particular things. So the same thing, constipation is happening because of many reasons. So we have to find out the cause, and accordingly, if we stop the cause, and accordingly, if we give the treatment, then it is possible. See, Ayurveda is a holistic approach. I always teach my students that your prescription should not be limited to 3 or 4 medicines only. It should be more 2 and 3 pages. You have to give some changes related to the lifestyle, related to the food habits, related to the exercise, related to the yoga, pranayam, asan, dhyan, samadhi, and all those things you have to include. And ask the person to follow certain things which are easy for him. And once he starts moving or doing those things, he can see the benefits, and then you can ask him to go further and further step, so that we can. So there is no such a medicine I can suggest for constipation. In short, I would like to say, I have to find out the cause. I have to take a proper history. Usually, we give almost 60, more than 60 minutes for a first time consultation. We discuss with many things. We ask so many questions, and then we come to the conclusion, and then we prescribe some medicines. Yeah. But I would like to give something to you as you asked the question. Warm water drinking is very helpful. Castor oil is very helpful. And putting some oil at the umbilical region and doing a massage, that is very helpful. And that can be easily. And doing some, you can say, the malasana, where it is very difficult to do the malasana because we are using the Western toilets nowadays. Nobody is able to sit like this in a malasan. So if we use that also, that is also good for the, not in the washroom, but doing the exercise as an exercise outside in the drawing room as a malasan. That is also helpful because that gives the pressure to your abdomen, and that creates the urge for defecation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for this session. So my question is, sir, what are the lifestyle changes or medicines available for migraine patient, people suffering from migraine? And
See, as I told, it's not a medicine, it's not a related things actually. If a migraine patient comes to us, there are almost 15 type of things related to the pathology, different causes related to the migraine. And accordingly, we have to treat the patient as a whole, not only the migraine. We have to diagnose about the prakriti, we should know about the agni, we should know about the his status of mind and all those things, and accordingly we have to give a treatment. So I'm not going to give a simple formula for migraine and all those things. Yeah. And it is not possible. It's not a good thing, actually.
Yeah, this is the last question.
This is a good question, actually. Or this is a big problem I would like to mention. Usually this problem we also face, because if there is a easy solution, for example, I would like to give you a I give an example of one of my patient. The patient came to me with a urticaria, means itching and the redness, allergic like reaction all over the body. And that particular tablet, cetirizine, for example, I would like to say you, that tablet is available in 25 paise only. Not if you give 1 rupees or maximum 1 rupees for one tablet. And if you take one tablet, you will get benefited for at least 24 hours initially. And many patients, they feel that if I take one tablet, that is okay for me for 1 or 2 years. But in some patients that become a regular things. And I have treated, me and my wife has treated one patient who was taking initially one tablet every week. After that, she was taking one tablet every 2 alternate days. After that, she was taking one tablet 3 times in a day. But still, there was no control. She was going to the office, and as she is a female patient, she was feeling very embarrassed while eating in front of the office colleagues. So she was very much tired with this particular thing because she was taking 3 tablets every day. And the problem started 10 years before. So after 10 years, when she was addicted to that particular medicine and the medicine was not working, at that time she came to us. We have taken a proper history. We have given almost 2 hours to that particular patient on the first consultation. We asked to do the seasonal panchakarma as per the season. She did that for 3 years and now she is completely okay. She is not taking any kind of cetirizine like tablet for last 10 years. But she used to come every year to take the panchakarma treatment to our place. So why I am answering this question or giving example to you? In case of, I gave you the example of 1 rupee for one tablet, but now she was taking 3 rupees, 3 tablets every day, and I was taking some amount which is extra in thousands, you can say. So if you compare as a management person, if you compare 3 rupees is good or paying in 1,000 rupees to a Ayurvedic doctor, but there is no complete solution. There is allopathy treatment is they are treating the symptoms. If I have a headache, I have to take a painkiller. Of course, though I am an Ayurveda doctor, I don't disrespect allopathy because allopathy medicine is required in this universe to save our life, of course. But if I don't have a big problem, why I should take allopathy medicine always? If I have acidity, I have treated many cases of hyperacidity or duodenal ulcer or stomach ulcer or gastric ulcer with a simple medicine, ghee, amalaki means avla powder with jeshtamat powder with one sugar candy. खडी साखर असते ना ओबडधोबड आकाराची, अर्धा चमचा आवळ्याचे चूर्ण, अर्धा चमचा ज्येष्ठमध, 1 चमचा गाईचं शुद्ध तूप आणि खडी साखर हे घ्यायचं. तोंडामध्ये उपाशी पोटी चावायचं. ती खडी साखर एकदम हे करायची पातळ, सलायवामध्ये सगळ्या गोष्टी मिक्स व्हायला पाहिजे. आणि त्या सगळ्या गोष्टी जर का तुम्ही आत घेतल्या, गिळून घेतलं सगळं, ऍसिडिटीचा प्रॉब्लेम कमी होतो, तुमची जळजळ कमी होते, अल्सर हिलिंगला मदत होते. अशा पद्धतीने सिंपल रेमेडी याच्याने सुद्धा व्यक्तीला मी बरं करू शकतो. पण लोकांना घाई असते आजकाल, कारण आयुर्वेदाला फार वेळ लागतो. अजून हा एक दुसरा मिथ ज्याला म्हणता येईल अशा पद्धतीचं सुद्धा आहे. काय होते, सेशन सर संपणार नाही बरं का जर का अशा पद्धतीचं राहिलं तर. कारण हे नाही 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 ऍक्च्युली भरपूर गोष्टी आहेत मिथ याच्याबद्दलच्या, आयुर्वेदाबद्दलच्या, की आयुर्वेदाला उशिरा रिझल्ट येतात. तुम्ही उशिरा येतात तर आम्ही कसं काय लवकर रिझल्ट देऊ? तुम्ही जर का 10 वर्ष सेट्रिझिनची गोळी खाऊन आल्यानंतर म्हणत असाल की मला 1 महिन्यात बरं करा, मला 10 महिने तर द्या बरं करायला 10 वर्षाच्या आजाराला. तर त्यामुळे 3 रुपयाची टॅबलेट, मग ते योग्य आहे का? त्या पेशंटने तेच कंटिन्यू करत राहिलं पाहिजे का आयुष्यभर? काय 3चे 6 रुपये लागतील. अजून 2-2 गोळ्या खाव्या लागतील 3 वेळा दिवसात. काय होईल अजून? पण खास जे येते त्याचं काय? शेवटी माणूस कंटाळतो आणि म्हणतो की मला काहीतरी कंप्लीट क्युअर हवा आहे. ॲट दॅट टाइम दे कम टू अस. पण बऱ्याच वेळा उशीर झालेला असतो. त्यामुळे जास्त वेळ लागतो. यू कम अर्ली, गेट द रिझल्ट अर्ली.
May I now invite our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. G.K. Shirode, sir, to present a token of appreciation to our esteemed guest. May I now call upon Senior Student Manager Mrunmay to put forward the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Asta. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. My name is Mrunmay Venkatesh Raharkar, Senior Student Manager specializing in PM and HRD, studying in Balaji Institute of Management and Human Resource Development. It is truly an honor to deliver the vote of thanks for today's insightful session. This afternoon, we had the privilege of hearing from Dr. Gunvant Yeola, Director of International Collaboration and Professor in the Department of Kaya Chikitsa at Dr. D.Y. Patil College of Ayurved and Research Center, Pune. Sir, your remarkable career as a teacher, researcher, international speaker, and mentor has deeply inspired us. Your words today reminded us of the timeless wisdom of Ayurveda and how it continues to stay relevant in this modern world. The way you connected ancient knowledge with present day health challenges truly broadened our perspective. I would like to share some important takeaways from today's session. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha are 4 pursuits of life. The main aim of Ayurveda is to make sure that people live a long life, healthy life, and a happy life. We should change our lifestyle according to the changing of different ritus. The state of our mind when we eat is more important than what we eat. The right way to eat is with a peaceful mind. Sir, thank you for sharing your wisdom and vision with us. Your session has not only educated us but also motivated us to think deeper, act responsibly, and contribute meaningfully in our careers. On behalf of everyone present here, I express heartfelt gratitude to you for gracing us with your presence and guidance. Dear faculty members, please join me in giving a warm round of applause to our distinguished guest, Dr. Gunvant Yeola. Thank you, dear faculty members, for being such a lovely audience. Have a nice day.
Faculties, please stay back. Sir, आप जाइए. Faculties, please stay back.